One of the biggest challenges we have in urban areas is when we look at the population. Most of the housing is such that they have little provision for waste management. And when I'm talking about waste management, I'm talking about sanitary facilities as well as disposal of waste. The drains are getting blocked, and they're getting blocked because if you're dumping on the road, people sweep, leave the heap on the road, then you're just going to have drainages that are clogged. We have cases of flooding during the rainy season, and that's just basically because the drains are blocked.
Kisumu is located just close to the shores of Lake Victoria, and you know Lake Victoria is a fresh water lake, but there is a lot of pollution that comes from the uplands, and this pollution affects the marine life of the lake. It also impacts on the water as a natural resource. It also impacts on the surrounding environment. And the pollution is not only actually from the liquid waste, but the pollution is also coming from the farms, from the industries. And all this is affecting the city.
CUSSH stands for Complex Urban Systems for Sustainability and Health. The aim of the CUSSH project is to try to encourage cities to develop more ambitious plans with regard to environmental sustainability and health. And it's founded on the idea that there are both planetary and local environmental responsibilities, whether it be due to things locally such as air pollution, and globally, of course, the challenge is response to climate change. And we want cities to take bolder action on in both these cases, and we are trying to support that through the provision of scientific evidence about some of the benefits that may arise from that.
I think we need to understand from the policymakers and other stakeholders in the city what their priorities are. We're working with 6 cities in the CUSSH project, and each of those cities has different priorities. So we need first to understand from the policymakers and other stakeholders what those key issues are within that particular city. It has a unique set of challenges, contexts and priorities, and then work with those policymakers to help develop appropriate solutions and ways forward for that city, informed by the best available science.
Kisumu generates up to about 400 tons of solid waste on a daily basis. Out of that tonnage, only about 25% get disposed of into the right place. That means a whopping 75% of the solid waste generated within the low-income settlements actually remain uncollected in the informal settlements.
As a research institution, we are in the business of research, so generating evidence. So we would support cities if they need that evidence for whatever transformation or changes they wish to make. And we are the glue that is sticking the 2 counties together, because counties seem to kind of work alone. So we are the ones who are bringing them together.
We brought a lot of stakeholders together, people who don't normally work together. And they've come together to think about the challenges they want to address and how they want to address it, taking into consideration different perspectives from different units and different sectors of government.
There's a bit of burning that seems to be going on. Is this by the community themselves?
Yes, I think what they're trying to do is basically to reduce the volumes. They are perhaps oblivious of the possible dangers that they could be exposing themselves to, because we do not exactly know what it is that is being burned. So those fumes are actually very dangerous. They could cause contamination, they could cause pollution, not just of the environment, but also of people, including children, who sometimes just play in such areas without knowing exactly what they are exposing themselves to. So it is a problem that I think has to be addressed, and all of us need to start thinking about how holistically this problem can be sorted out once and for all.
Solid waste management are a huge opportunity, economic opportunity for the residents. But we need to go beyond that. We need to look at waste. We need to look at what is the organic waste? How can we use the organic waste? How can we separate the waste at source so that the waste becomes more useful, as opposed to thinking of waste as something that has to be thrown away in totality? I believe that if we have public participation, we're going to be able to have replication. People are going to look at the good practices and want to replicate those good practices. So while we have communities replicating the good practices, the county can then scale up on issues of the environment, and we should be able to have a cleaner environment that we all love.